Hello. So my name is Craig Bayer, and I'm going to kind of do a deep dive with a series of videos about the differences between Clio and NetDocs for document management software. Now, just a couple just backgrounds. I've been setting up software in law firms for over 20 years. I've actually set up Clio at law firms before. Maybe probably around 20 law firms. I set up Clio as practice management software. I also set up a lot of other practice management software. Our company really moved with all the other consulting companies first. We were just kind of lucky we were the first move to being strictly a legal document management software shop. First, working with a product called WorldDocs and then NetDocs. One of the first NetDocs consultants as well. We've set up NetDocs for over 500 law firms. I like Clio. This is not an article to bash Clio. This is just why I don't think you should use the Clio document management software. Again, I'll be at ClioCon. I go every year. I flew up to Vancouver multiple times to work with the Clio team on different things with legal software. So again, nothing against Clio, but I don't think you should use it as a legal document management software. And by the way, I'm totally biased. I'm making most of my money from installing NetDocs, not installing Clio, right? So you should take that with a grain of salt. Other thing here is I just hope that you keep this between yourself, whoever it is that's listening to it. Like, I don't really want this to go back to Clio. I have a good relationship with them, but this is not really public facing because I want to be able to give my independent analysis, okay? And I don't really want to get, attacked for that. So I just hope you keep that between yourselves. Now, the first thing I just want to go over is kind of just the different philosophies of the companies. So you always hear about Clio acquiring software and stuff like that. But realistically, when we're talking about Clio now, there's so many different pieces. Clio Grow, and they've never really integrated them into one software. So when you go to the Clio login page, it's just a lot of different software. So Clio Grow is a product they bought, basically lead tracking. Clio Manage is the original Clio, and that's the practice management with the document management. And then Clio Draft is their document generation capability. But that was a separate company they bought, and then they just relabeled it Clio Draft, but not really integrated. It's a separate login. Clio Accounting is their accounting software that they're starting. Don't really recommend that yet. And also, weirdly enough, a second login, even though this is not an acquisition, but something that they just acquired. So that's it from the Clio side. Now let's come over to the NetDocs side of things where we go to log into NetDocs here to the NetDocs page. We'll go to our sign in. And the only thing you have to choose from NetDocs is where your data is. So NetDocs takes data sovereignty very serious. I'm sure Clio does too, but you get to choose where your documents reside. Once you do that, like if I come over here and click Canada here, then I just log into NetDocs. Now, every company that NetDocs has acquired, and there have been a lot, they've integrated it into the software itself. So I kind of feel like that's an advantage. So the NetDocs document generation product pattern builder is just built into NetDocs. So you don't have six different logins like set builder, collab spaces, all this stuff is always, that's the philosophy there. So I think it's different between the products. Clio acquires these products, builds like a synchronization, but keeps them all as separate products. NetDocs is just NetDocs. Now, as we go further, I'm going to try to be really short and just show you the details, but we're going to go over saving documents. We're going to go over saving emails. We're going to go over uploading documents and searching for stuff. And then we'll have to also do something on the client portal as well. But again, the idea here is to give you a couple of just short videos to compare the software. And I'm not saying don't go with Clio. I would go with them for their practice management. Just wouldn't expect, this is where I see firms fail. They're using something like Tabs and Practice Master and WorldDocs. And they're like, we're just going to go to Clio. Now, I get why you want to do that because it's probably the cheaper option and you're like, oh, I just have one product. Well, it's just not going to work. And the way that I kind of win these arguments is don't listen to me. What I always tell people when I'm talking to prospective law firm clients, I'm like, just get a reference of 5 law firms that moved from a traditional legal document management software like WorldDocs to NetDocs to Clio. So they were on WorldDocs, they moved to Clio document management. Get 5 references of firms that are happy. Get 5 references of firms that are using NetDocs and move to Clio for their DMS and that are happy. And that usually wins because I don't think any of this actually exists. So there's no reference point to go back there and see. But all right, so in this, the next thing we'll do is we'll go over how to save a brand new document from the Clio side of things and then from the NetDocs side of things.